It happened to me when I was 10 years old.
And since that time, I've never even gone home.
The perpetrator was my own father.
Huyo mwanaume hakuniwachilia tu hivyo, alikuwa ananisumbua juu time yenye nilipata job alikuwa ananipiga, bado akaendelea tu kunipiga.
Unavumilia kuchapwa, unavumilia shida, unavumilia kunyimwa chakula.
Tunaona kama maelfu wote wenye wanakuja mbele yetu ni kama ni maadui, kwa sababu vitu zetu tunaona wakifanya wako so heartless sana.
No.
Sekunde.
Asha.
Anio.
Nay.
No.
No. Pana. No means no. No. No.
One in 3 women and girls worldwide have experienced sexual violence during their lifetime. Less than 40% of them seek help or support, and of these, only 10% of them seek support from the police. We decided to go into an informal settlement in Nairobi, known as Kangemi, to shed light on gender-based violence that goes unmentioned, unreported, and undocumented. What would you do if the person who attacked you is the very person you're supposed to run to in your time of need?
Kidogo hivi akafunga mlango. Kufunga mlango, niko napa sitajieza. Akaniambia nisijaribu kupiga nduru juu yeye yuko duty. Nikaogopa. Ndio sasa nikaona amenirusha chini na akatoa bunduki. Hiyo ikaniogopesha kabisa. Ngaje ndio nimezaliwa kwa polisi lakini sijazoea bunduki. Aya, ndio sasa hii akanirarulia nguo na akaniambia hii maneno usiende ukaseme mahali popote.
Unapata kama kwenye tunaishi, bwana jirani yetu anatoka huko amekunywa pombe kisha anaanza kumpiga. Hadi kuna siku alimpiga hadi akamkata masikio.
Utapata pia tuseme kama hivyo tu, kama ana mzazi na ana pesa za kumpeleka shule, kuna mtu anamharasi huko nje, have sex na yeye. But sasa juu anaona ana pesa za kwenda shule, itambidi tu engage in sex ndo apate pesa ndo aende shule.
Kutoka miaka 10 tumepelekana vita, tunakaa vizuri, tunakaa vibaya. Tunapigana, yatumalizange kama mwezi kama hatujapigana.
From the heart of the slum to the leafy suburbs of Nairobi, we crossed over from the tears of the oppressed to the voice of survival.
It happened to me when I was 10 years old. I didn't speak about it until I was 45, because the perpetrator was my own father. I don't know if my mom knew. I don't know.
Here is when the war started. I faced the man and told them I'm pregnant. Akaniambia hiyo utatoa. So I was not into the problem because mimi nilimwambia tu, if you are funding me I'll do it. Because he was a married man.
I think one factor that would influence you not reporting is because most of the times it happens with a very close family member. And destabilizing the dynamics of a family. And also the cultural aspect on who this person is within the family can play a role. Like, how do you report your father? He's the breadwinner at home. He is that person. He has an image in the society, like my father had an image in the society. How do you even start?
The major challenge is maybe failure to report cases on time. That's a major challenge from community, out of stigma or trauma, especially sexual offenses. So it interferes with our evidence collected. Another challenge that we face in society is the willingness of individuals to come and give evidence against their neighbors. You find that an offense has been committed, somebody is a witness, but the person fears coming to give evidence against a neighbor because of fear of family relations in event the person is jailed or something. So those are the major challenges that we face. And apart from that, also this issue of ignorance. People are not informed of what they are supposed to do, like in sexual offenses, or just the fact that when you are harmed, you need to go to hospital, get treatment documents. People want to rush to report in the police station in bid to get a P3, and yet treatment is more important. It's more important to go to hospital and get an urgent treatment, get treatment documents, and those treatment documents is what will be used to fill a P3. Some people think that if you rush to police station and you are the first one to report even an assault, then you will take the day by the virtue of that. No, that does not take the day, because investigations will have to establish the actual factors that led to the commission of the offense and the chronology of events at the time that the offense was committed.
There's a problem with our culture. There's a problem with something that we've perpetuated. Let's go back to the drawing board and redefine what's rape, what's not. Let's give some power back to women. And so it's not about misconception. I don't think it is that. I think we use that as an excuse.
No one makes a lock without a key. After identifying the problems, we sought out solutions.
Survivors come from all walks of life. Solutions must come from everyone, from mothers who are raising sons, from educating them how to be positive male figures in the community, from fathers empowering their daughters to report cases of violence, from fathers being role models to their children, both male and female. Because if I grew up seeing my mother being beaten by my father, how would I, as a girl, not see it as a norm in my own marriage? From churches denouncing violence in marriages and in the homestead. In these support groups, they are taught life skills, they're taught a little bit of economic empowerment, because most of the survivors have had to live, especially around domestic violence, they've had to leave their marital homes and continue living by themselves. And in the marital homes, they were relying on the husband for financial support.
Sasa through hizo sessions za life skills na hizi NGO zingine, ndio nikaanza kujua right zangu tu pole. Nikaanza kuempower wasichana wengine wenye wanaenda through hizo, juu kwa sababu kwa hii society yetu watu ni wengi wanaendea through hizo shida na hawajui venye wanaweza saidika na hawajui penye wanaweza toa usaidizi.
As a police service, we have a responsibility to enforce laws and regulations of this country. We manage crime. When you talk about any violence, you're talking about crime. And therefore it is our responsibility to prevent crime and also to enforce the laws, manage, and where a crime has been committed, ensure that the person that has committed the crime faces justice.
We are able to have psychological follow-up. We have psychologists on board. We also have 24 hours for 7 days numbers that can be they are reachable by all survivors or all couplets. We have different hospitals, we have different institutions that are working hand in hand with us. In case of such cases, we have free appearances that the government and other stakeholders provide for support. So services are easily reachable for any person.
I think what can happen is everybody has to be involved in the conversation. It doesn't mean that you have to be directly affected by rape for you to feel like, I need to talk about this. It's you who creates the environment that allows a victim to be blamed or to be shamed What are you doing about that? What conversations are you having with your group of friends, with your family? What conversations are you having online to create an environment where we can have more people come out and say, I have been raped, and then have more people come out and actually demand accountability from our law enforcers.
One of the biggest issues that came up was that the police are not sensitive to the nature on how to handle survivors.
So there's a lot that we are doing, and equally as the police, we have the gender desk. Many a times we post ladies to kill trauma, because many women who have been raped or defiled would feel more comfortable discussing some of these issues with ladies. The ladies that we have at the gender desk also have the ability to get access, the privacy of a woman, collection of evidence and so on. So we've put in a lot in terms of gender desk to enable the women get access. Though gender is not only based on women, but we must agree that most of the victims have been women compared to men.
Advice I'd give to the government is to make sure that in every school, kindergarten, schools, primary schools especially, there is a competent psychologist who will be able to see the telltale signs in the children, because you see them.
Kama mimi mwanafunzi, uweze kutuprovidea ma mentors na ma role models, uweze kutupatia advice, ndo tusione life ikuwa ngumu, tuendelee hadi wakati tuta achieve goals zetu.
Even us as Kenyans demanding implementation of the existing laws, because we have very beautiful laws that address gender-based violence. We are not asking our governments, we are not asking our leaders that we put in office to implement those laws.
You know, when a tear comes out, the heart relieves, other than keeping quiet. Yeah.
Educate a girl and she can change the world, because little girls with dreams become women with vision.
When I grow up, I want to be a surgeon.
I want to be a model,
an architect,
a university lecturer, a doctor,
a judge,
a journalist,
pursuing my degree in business,
focusing in journalism.